Hi, you're watching Dianosaur, and I'm Dia or Dianosaur. And yeah, I have changed the name of the channel from Reading with My Cat to Dianosaur because Dianosaur, I mean, whenever I typed Reading with My Cat, nothing came up. Dianosaur, at least that, when you type it into YouTube, you get to see my channel. So that's the main reason for changing the name. And also Dianosaur is short and cute and it's nicer, so yeah. Anyway, today we will be doing a March TBR. Like, I'll tell you guys what I'm planning to read for the month of March. And there's one thing that you need to know about me is that I am a mood reader. So the term mood reader, I was not aware of it before I joined BookTube, like before I started watching BookTube, because I thought that this is how people do it. Like, people feel like reading something and they pick up the book, and if they don't feel like reading the book, they put it down and pick some other thing. And TBRs and all that, like making a list of books that you want to read and stuff like that, I had no idea about. And I joined BookTube and I was like, okay, so this is mood reading, and therefore like, I'm a mood reader. Like, I do this thing, I can't stick to a TBR. So there have been months like where I have made a huge TBR, and I couldn't, like, after reading a book or two from that TBR, I was like, chuck it, like, I won't read from this, I'll read whatever I want. So after a few trial and error thing, I realized that I'm a mood reader. So why am I doing a TBR? That's because this month I have a few buddy reads that I'm planning to participate in. And these are the books that I'm gonna read for sure. And the number of books, for the buddy read is not outrageously high. So I'm not gonna, bail on them in the middle or something like that. Like, I remember this one time I was supposed to read The Blade itself, and that was my own buddy read, and that was the only book I was reading for the month, and I DNF'd the book at that time. I did finish The Blade itself later on, but at that point, while, like, during my own buddy read, I DNF'd the book. So I'm not promising anything, but I am, like, this month, February, has been a very good reading month for me. And because before that I was in a slump, so after coming out of the slump, I read 6 books and DNF 2 books, so that is not too bad, I would say. So let's hope that I get to I get to like, stick to the TBR. So yeah, so the first book I wanted to show is this one that I'm gonna read this month is Guns of the Dawn by Adrian Tchaikovsky. So this book, the thing is, you need to know about me is that I go into books kind of blind. Like, I do watch reviews of other people, I do read the back cover, but it kind of like sublimates from my brain or something like that, and by the time I start reading the book, I have no idea what I'm getting myself into. So this book, what I have heard is that it's like Pride and Prejudice, but with war, like military fantasy, that kind of a book. And obviously that will intrigue anyone. Like, Pride and Prejudice meets military fantasy, that's like a bookish buzzword for almost everyone except people who don't like Pride and Prejudice or military fantasy. So yeah, that is Guns of the Dawn. And the next buddy read that I'm gonna do, the books are all like scattered around. I'm not a very organized person, you guys. I'm not. So the next one is Theft of Swords, and this I will be reading with a couple of people. So that Guns of the Dawn will be on Sarah's channel. Like it's her channel buddy read for the month of March, and this is not the official buddy read on Sarah's channel. This will also be like happen on Sarah's Discord. Some of us, we decided that we wanted to read this book, and yeah, so in this one we follow two professional thieves, and they get framed for the murder of a king, and they kind of have to get themselves out of that situation. So that's what I know about this book. And yeah, I have heard good things about this book, and that it's light and breezy and fun and all kinds of good things. So yeah, I'm hoping that after reading the chunker Guns of the Dawn, like this will be a welcome like break or something like that. So those are the two books. Okay, I have another buddy read. I am doing 3 buddy reads this month. So this is Before the Coffee Gets Cold, and this I will be reading again on Sarah's channel with one other person. So both of us were kind of interested in reading this book, and we were like, yeah, let's read it together. So what I know about this, to be honest, I know nothing about this book. Someone suggested that you might read this book, and I had seen this book on Amazon quite a lot. Like every under the books there will be something like recently bought or something, like you can also look for these books or something like that. So in those lists, so everywhere, like every book I looked up, this book was there. So I was like intrigued, like obviously. And so this has a cafe and something to do with time travel. I think so. I don't know. I have no idea. So, I mean, it made the person who recommended it to me, it made her cry, like made her, like shed a tear or two or something like that. And it was beautiful and heartbreaking and all that stuff. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And so these were the buddy read books, and let's go to the other books that I am kind of planning for a special video this month. And these 2 books, okay, should I tell you guys about these books or will it be a spoiler? I don't care. So first thing is I Love You So Mochi. This book is a girl who is stuck in a rut kind of a thing, I guess, and she goes to her grandparents' place in Japan for the spring break. And that's basically what I know about this book. And the thing is, I started reading this book earlier this month, and I read around 50 pages. So it's very sweet, and it is kind of on the younger side, like tone wise. So I mean, I wish I had this book when I was a kid, like when I was 16 or 17 years old. But I mean, I'm 28 now, and I have access to this book, so I'll read it and I'll see like how I like it. And then the last book, not the last book, I mean the last book in this TBR video is Tokyo Ever After. So Tokyo Ever After, it has been pitched as Princess Diaries in Japan. So if you don't know about me, like Princess Diaries was the first YA contemporary I read in my life, and I fell in love with YA contemporary after that. So it's one of my all-time faves. And if something gets described as being Princess Diaries meets XYZ, I'll be like eating that shit up. Like I'll be all over it in a moment. So I don't know anything about this book, so let's see. Yeah, so and another book that I might like if I have time. So I have 5 books with me, like I showed you guys 5 books, and I think that is a good enough number for me this month because I mean I don't read like many books. Like I if I'm having a really good month, I'll read maybe around 8 to 10 books. But if I'm having an average month, I'll read 4 to 5 books. So 5 books I think is enough for me. But if I still have time, I'm planning to read The Charm Offensive. So The Charm Offensive is a romance where the guy who is lead in the bachelor kind of a show, he starts falling for the male producer of the show instead of all the girls in the show. So it sounds really cute, and it also has Indian representation, so I mean I'm all for it. So these are the not five, these are the 6 books that I'm planning to read in the month of March. And no promises, I might end up like not reading any of these. So I mean, let's see, let's hope for the best. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe. I don't know like what to say in the outros, but yeah, bye.